Hey, and welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jeff.
Okay. Hi.
It's Jason.
Hi.
You didn't say your name.
Okay. I didn't hear you. I just literally just popped in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, it's Jason.
Hi.
This has been an interesting show already. Wow.
Yeah.
Jason's on a new strain. It's called 10-second delay.
It's used widely in the broadcasting world.
You guys,
how's everybody doing?
You guys sound better to me now after that little blip.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
There we go. That's good. And this is what I find amazing. You guys said I was freezing a little bit. I have a little symbol up in the corner saying my signal is low, but I am plugged in to the wall. Like it's hardwired.
Wow.
So
Not hard enough, apparently.
I got to plug it in harder, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It's been a long time since I've been on. The last time I was on, neither James or Jason were available. So it was me and you, and I don't remember the gentleman's name that we shot The Guardian with.
Steve.
No, it wasn't Steve. It was the gentleman that helped you, that had the original story concept that you developed into the script, and then he did a lot of the camera work when we were on set.
Oh, Pete.
Pete, yes, there we go. Yeah, so it's just me, you, and Pete. Yeah, even the intro was completely different from then than it is now. So
Really?
yeah, it's way upgraded. Yeah, you had one of the celebrities that you had interviewed do a little intro for you.
Oh, the Ralph Garman bumper.
The Ralph Garman thing. Yeah, yeah.
We've got another.
Hey, this is Kirby Morrow. You know me, voice of Cyclops, Goku, and you're listening to Kamehameha Madhouse.
Nice, awesome, sweet.
I still miss that guy. He was so much fun. But what have you been up to, Jeff? Because there's hardly any cons.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to so I cosplay. Obviously, you can see it in the name there. Still doing stuff with cosplay, still working on cosplay, and then if we can get a photo shoot together when it's not illegal to do so, then we've kind of done that. But that brief window that we had where we could go out, I did do Fan Expo in Toronto when it was up. It was limited to 25,000 tickets for the whole weekend, so we did that. I did a couple of charity gigs after that as well. So tried to stay busy, but for the most part, yeah, man. It's the end of January. It's snowy outside and it's super cold. So it's work and home and rinse and repeat, right?
Whole lot of inside.
Yeah, dude.
I saw.
You mentioned Fan Expo, and I've never been to Fan Expo, but God damn it, do I want to go this year? If it happens,
fingers crossed, my friend.
Huge Clerks reunion.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I want to go.
Yeah, the one Fan Expo year I went, they did the live Smodcast just after Fan Expo. You had to buy a separate ticket for it, but we went to that and it was fabulous.
Oh,
Nice.
Smodcast?
Whichever one it was that they kind of talk about and celebrate
Babylon?
Jay's sobriety.
Oh, that's Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
Yes, that's the one. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was fantastic to watch live. It was pretty great.
I've seen Babylon live.
Nice.
And Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Kevin was there.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Fan Expo cannot recommend enough. It's literally like our geek mecca, right? It's like our San Diego. You'll be with your people. Trust me. If you're a geek and a nerd, they're your people for sure.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, man. Fingers crossed.
Well, we grabbed Jeff because we had quite the topic today. The top 10 MCU movies.
Oof.
This is literally like picking your favorite child, because there's a couple really good gems in there that you're going, ooh.
I have shuffled this list today alone at least 7 times.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I moved one once, and that was it. But yeah,
I'm somewhat of the same mindset. I make my list and then I try to stay away from it just for that reason, because I know it'll get scrambled like crazy. You know.
All right. I put it this way, because I think this is something we might revisit down the road. I've dated this one.
Oh,
This is my feelings as of January 2022. Okay, there we are.
there we go.
Now then I can compare, and see. Oh yeah, okay.
Very good. So here we go. January 31st at 6:56 p.m. Let's get into this list. Geoff, you're the guest, so you get to start us.
You want the whole thing?
Don't start with 10.
Number 10, I'm going to say Thor Ragnarok would be my number 10 pick.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, we lost James.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok. See, that's a blast. That's my number 3.
10.
Yeah. Is it your number 10? Nice, Jason. Well done. Yeah. I'm gonna lose all of you here. You guys are gonna hate me within the first 6 minutes of this podcast, but I'm not a huge MCU fan. There's a select few movies that I really, really, really love, and then there's so for me to fill out a top 10 was actually a bit of a challenge. I had a lot of issues with Ragnarok, if I'm being honest with you, but you're right, Jason. It's so much fun. It's such a blast, Rob, like you said, that it's hard not to. There's enough key moments in there, and of course, anything with Jeff Goldblum gets an automatic pass for me. So
exactly
right.
That's the cherry on top, right?
That's right. Yeah.
It's my number 3.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because I can revisit that just to watch Thor and Hulk in that room. The banter back and forth.
Yeah.
I know it's polarizing. It is polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like it. And okay, I am biased because of the Kevin connection, but whatever. It's still I've grown to know that I like everything Taika Waititi does.
Yeah.
He has not failed me yet.
And Benner's here. Hey Benner, how you doing?
Hey Benner.
What's going on, buddy? We do keep dropping poor James though.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah, he's having some props. He's having some trubs.
So I know the secret here. Like last week, I switched off my Wi-Fi. I'm running off my cell data right now. So
there you go.
I'm getting better internet signal with my cell phone.
That's scary, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah, considering I'm in a basement.
Yep.
Okay, so Jason, we know you're number 10 because it's same as Jeff's.
Yep.
So once James is ready, we'll get his.
Okay. Oh, what's yours then, Rob? And then we'll come back to James.
Okay. Mine is Captain America Winter Soldier.
I'm not going to say where that is on my list, but
oh no, go right ahead.
No, that's an interesting pick though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love it just for the introduction of Bucky coming back, and the way they warped that story into the MCU as opposed to the actual comic book material.
Okay. See that it's my number 8.
Number 8?
It's my number 8.
Which one is this one?
Winter Soldier.
Oh.
That's my number. That's my number 3.
Okay, actually, I apologize. I'm looking at number 8 on the list.
Oh.
Fired.
Yep. This means I can go home.
Spoilers. Sorry, I had to switch phones. I got booted off twice with my other phone, and you guys were all sounding like in a tin can.
We were mostly.
Yeah.
That's how it's felt the last 2 years.
So, Rob, what is your actual 10?
My actual 10 is Captain America Civil War.
Ah, there you go.
Oh.
That's my number 4.
The introduction of Spidey.
Yeah, not on my list.
It's my 6. That's my number 6.
And Zemo.
I mean, Zemo's best moments, let's be fair, were on that Captain America and the Winter Soldier show. That's the Zemo dance is going to go down in the greatest Marvel movies of all time, right?
So,
what were you?
Sorry,
what were your guys' number 10?
A link has been sent.
We had the same. Jason and I had the same number 10, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my number 10 as well.
Hey,
wow.
One of these kids is doing his own thing.
That's a very rare trifecta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
rare.
Awesome. Yeah.
Dang.
I don't think we've ever had a clean
Ragnarok
sweep,
then,
though.
James?
No.
Why did Ragnarok make your list?
Honestly, the more I've watched it, I wasn't blown away the first time I saw it, but it's gotten more hilarious every single time. And also it's really crazy, this one, because how much they let Taika Waititi go loose and it still fit into everything. And this movie still has probably my favorite line out of all of the MCU, or line between two people. And it's in the elevator with Loki saying, "Do you really think so little of me?" And Thor just turns, he's like, "Loki, I thought the world of you." And then goes through the whole thing. I'm just like, it gets me every time. That one line.
Well, part of
That's
that.
right before Get Help, right?
Yeah. That's my. We're not doing Get Help.
I've been falling for 30 minutes.
But yes, that is really good. So again, my number 10, Captain America Civil War, just because Spidey comes in and it's really good. So now we get into number 9. So Geoff, what's number 9?
So again, I know I'm going to lose some friends. The bottom 7 for me were really all kind of interchangeable because I had a really hard time filling 10. But I know I'm such a jerk. Doctor Strange actually is my number 9.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Mostly, obviously, due to the visuals are extraordinarily impressive, and Benedict Cumberbatch, especially now that I've seen more of him as Strange. But then the first time, kind of like what James was saying about Ragnarok, the first time I saw Doctor Strange, I was like, oh, it's Iron Man again. It's pretty much the exact same movie. He's even got the same beard, for God's sakes. But on subsequent rewatches, I'm like, okay, I'm getting some of the more nuance here. Cumberbatch is killing it. I love Tilda Swinton in pretty much everything. So, yeah, that's my number 9.
good pick. And that's one of those movies that, you know, when they're in 3D, you go see and it works so well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
wish I had seen it in 3D.
It's an honorable mention for me because it is truly probably one of the most stunning ones to watch.
Yep.
I'm really glad I saw that on the big screen.
Yeah, me too.
And you know, it's just so well done, and Benedict Cumberbatch just fit that role like a glove.
Yep. Agreed. Did we lose Rob? He's frozen up there.
Oh.
I think we might have.
Did we lose the captain?
He looks very pensive.
Hello.
Hey.
yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there you are.
What's up?
We thought we lost you.
Nothing. You were a statue for 12 seconds.
Yeah, I was listening intently
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, okay.
or something like that.
Okay.
So what about your guys' number 9? Where are you guys
Jason.
at?
Mine is the blah 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 Black Widow.
Okay.
That, you know, I had high hopes for it, and it went beyond. And because I just found it was just so much fun, but it had a lot of heart. And Florence Pugh just steals that movie.
And David Harbour.
Harbour's fantastic, but Pugh just crushes.
Oh, yeah. With the vest.
And continues to in her role in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I think she steals it definitely in that movie when she does the pose.
Yeah. You're
Oh,
such
so
a poser.
What do you get from this? I don't understand. Good.
It's their version of the superhero landing joke from Deadpool. So bad.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Which now belongs to Disney. They can use it if they want, right?
There they go. Yeah.
All right, James, what do you got for number 9?
My number 9 is the original Thor.
Oh, really?
It's a great
Yeah.
choice. Yeah, it's not on my list, but that's a good choice. That's solid.
And there was one, I didn't enjoy this in the theater the first time I saw it. Like just several, there's been a select few of the MCU ones that didn't blow me away the first time I saw them. But this one also, the 3D gave me a headache the first time I watched it. But as I kept watching it, and not just because of the great Foo Fighters song that closes out the movie, but you get the first time you see Loki and Anthony Hopkins as Odin, you get the strained relationship between the two brothers that ends up going bonkers. And the first time you get the Warriors 3. And Stellan Skarsgård also knocks it out of the park in this one.
Mhm.
I can't argue.
He always does. Yeah, Stellan Skarsgård is great at everything all the time, ever. I mean, have you guys seen Dune? Holy shit.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Is Baron Harkonnen? It's like, I mean, come on. That's oof.
And you get one of the best lines from Coulson where it's just like, is that one of Stark's? I don't know. The guy never tells me anything.
Yeah.
Clark Gregg had so many good lines throughout. He didn't have a whole lot to do, but man, oh man.
Yeah.
I think that's the one appealing thing about the MCU is a majority of those characters are real characters to people. Like you can almost anticipate how they're going to act and what they're going to say based on what you've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Wong.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing writing right there.
Look at Wong. That's what we're getting with Wong now.
Yep.
He's popping up everywhere, and you know why he's there.
And see, that's the fun thing with this MCU too, is they've taken characters that people didn't really care about in the comics and made them huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally nobody cared about Iron Man, Doctor Strange. These were like second tier heroes. And now they are the top.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, out of necessity, right? They didn't have access to Spider-Man or X-Men when they started it. And when they started it, those were their two huge, giant comic book franchises. And they'd sold the movie rights back in the 90s to them. So they built up a whole new universe out of basically, D and C level characters that still ended up working. So,
Who do we thank for all that? Thank you, Jon Favreau.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
And then he starts that fire that becomes the blaze that is Marvel. And then he goes, okay, I think I want to play with Star Wars now.
Yeah, exactly. Put these toys away and we'll pull
fire
up
that
the
is
new
Star
ones.
Wars right now. I'm going to see if I can resurrect it from the dead. And then he goes and puts together one of the best TV shows ever made. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Anyway, my number 9 is Black Panther because I love the introduction of Killmonger. That villain was incredible. You know, it was very cerebral as opposed to most of these other ones like Abomination or, like Loki. And well, Loki's a bit cerebral. But it wasn't just, smashing and punching and kicking and stuff. Like Killmonger really played them.
Military strategist.
Yeah.
Big time.
Where Loki is that magical chaotic, Killmonger is that contemporary military chaos,
Exactly.
guerrilla tactics.
Exactly. Okay, number 8, Jeff, what do you got?
Guardians of the Galaxy, baby. Number 1, though, because number 2, I did not enjoy at all. But number 1, fantastic film. You really fall in love with those individual characters. And I think Gunn did such a good job of fleshing out. He had those little tiny characters. And
number 2 for Rob.
Number 2 for Rob.
Yeah,
is
number 2 for the same reason.
1. Oh my goodness.
Oh, really?
What?
Wow, eh?
It's
number 1.
It's an honorable mention for me. It's an honorable mention for me, along with Black Widow.
Nice.
Guardians, man, it's hard to capture what James Gunn did with that film.
Exactly, because I knew nothing, zero, zip, zilch about these characters
Till the trailer hit.
That told me nothing. That told me nothing because I didn't do any research. I want to see what they give me. I don't want to get pissed off because of what I read that I'm taking out of context because I'm not reading the comics. So by the end of that movie, I freaking wanted more, and more. And I rewatched that movie probably every day for at least a month and a half.
Wow.
That's your number 1. All right. That is definitely your number 1.
Yep.
It just gets to me.
No, that's good, man. That's what it's supposed to do.
We are Groot.
All right, Jason, let's get back up a little bit and find out what your number 8 is.
You already know it. It was Winter Soldier.
Oh, snap. Yes, that's right.
But I didn't get to say what the key thing that really drove it home for me was the Russo brothers set the action spy kind of tone and ran with it, just turned up a notch, adding in the whole super cap stuff. But I was so intrigued. Okay, they're bringing back Bucky. They're bringing back somebody from the dead. they're riding a lot. Like, you better make me believe this shit. And they did. Like, you know, because I have a very, very low tolerance to be able to take a bullshit resurrection. Okay.
That's fair.
Burned too many times by past experience.
That's the thing with comics, though. You know,
Looking at you, Spidey clone.
everybody gets resurrected at some point. I watched an interview with Jensen Ackles talking about the end of Supernatural. And he goes, the interviewer goes, so basically, if they did anything after that, you're kind of screwed. He goes, it's Supernatural. They'll bring me back somehow. And that's literally comic books, you know. Nobody's dead. But like you said, Jason, it's got to be good. Otherwise, people will frown.
See, and that's where DC doesn't resurrect characters. They just wipe out the entire universe and rebuild it up.
They do Thanos. Gone.
Yeah.
But they snap twice.
Yeah.
First 50%, the other 50%.
So, James.
Yes.
Number 8?
Yes.
My number 8 is Infinity.
I'm leading the show.
My number 8 is Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, goodness.
The first one. Okay.
That's my number 2.
It was higher, and then it just kept getting pushed down.
That's fair. That does happen on these lists.
That's exactly happened with me because it was in the top 10 and it slid down to honorable mentions.
But
You said that's your number 2?
Yeah, for me, it's number 2.
Yeah.
It's still in my top 10 though, and for as much as we wanted to see more of Thanos, and then hey, Thanos gets his own movie because he's got the most screen time.
Yeah. And this is so Empire because it's such a dark film.
Oh yeah.
Especially the end. I'm glad they did
I'm
it.
sorry. When Thor shows up from the Bifrost, once he's got the axe at Wakanda and rockets on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Mark Ruffalo, you guys are screwed now.
Yeah, dude. I got goosebumps thinking about that scene right now. We're not even watching it. Yeah, that's.
I still have my favorite scene from the trailer, which was my favorite scene from the movie, which Thanos puts his hand down, Chris Evans grabs it, and just like starts screaming into the camera. Oh,
right. Infinity what? We don't care about that. We're going toe to toe. Yeah.
That is a good pick. Very good.
Bring back the beard. Bring back.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss the beard so much. His nomad look was great.
I think you could have pulled that look off probably.
Me?
Yeah, Infinity War Captain America. If you had it with the beard.
I typically do wear a beard. I literally just shaved it for something else, and I do have a cap suit, but I have the stealth suit from Winter Soldier because that's easily my favorite cap suit of all. So
mine is still from the first movie.
Oh, that's a dope suit too.
Which he technically wore in Winter Soldier.
He did. Yep. I think, and technically wore it in Endgame too, right?
Did he?
Well, when he fought himself.
Oh yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, I think Jason's having a moment.
I think so.
I don't know if he needs a blanket or a tissue, or I don't know what's going on, but I just want to.
I think we bombarded him with overwhelming moments.
Well, no, one particular moment.
Yeah,
the most absolutely heart-crushing moment ever in all film ever. Period. I don't want to go.
Oh yeah,
Spidey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck you, Tom Holland.
Yep.
And I actually
that was the ad lib, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. That's why I said, "Fuck you, Tom Holland."
Literally, they said to him, he goes, "Okay, Tom, act like you don't want to go." So he said it. It's like,
don't want to go. I thought you were referencing David Tennant on Doctor Who.
So did I, but even though
they're both heart wrenching.
Yeah. The Tennant one gets me harder. I'm not gonna lie.
Believe me, it's a close second.
Yeah.
All right, on to 7. Jeff, what do you got?
I'm gonna get roasted. No Way Home.
Oh.
Yep. And again, so I'm gonna lose some friends on this one. Number 5. Nice.
Number 5.
Yeah.
What was your number 8, Rob? Sorry.
Oh, where'd it go? Winter Soldier.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so No Way Home for me is a kind of a tale of two movies. The first half of the movie, I kept on having a hard time getting into it, and I didn't really much care about their school struggles or his, whatever was going on. But as soon as, by the way, are we doing spoilers? What's happening?
Go for it.
No,
Yeah.
So
Give it a
obviously,
second
as soon as Toby and Andrew get there, it's spoiler alert.
Oh
There
wait,
you go. Yeah,
wait. Sorry. No Way Home isn't on my list.
Oh,
I thought he said the other one.
Not Far From Home. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I had a hard time getting into the first two Spider-Man films, but then that third one, yeah, when all the nostalgia came rushing in with all the Raimi stuff, all the villains. Yeah, the first half of the movie, not a huge fan, but the second half of the movie, especially the third act, is primo for me.
It's literally the sequels we didn't know we wanted.
Yeah,
it's
so
my
we
number
got it.
3.
Nice. Yep.
It will probably be my number 1 when I get to finally rewatch it. I have only got to see it that one time in the theater. I absolutely adore it. We had a whole episode about it. My feelings are well documented. I'm pretty confident to say that when I get to rewatch it, it will instantly go to number 1. But it is my number 3.
Benner agrees with you too.
Nice. Thanks, buddy. Because I'm not making a lot of friends saying I didn't like the first half of that movie. So I will say though that Zendaya, who I haven't really seen in anything else, and who didn't really do a whole lot in the first two Spider-Man films, really comes into her own in this movie.
Oh yeah, she definitely steps it up a notch.
It's my number 1.
Yeah, look at you! Yeah.
Oh
see?
wow,
Man, nostalgia sells. That's
exactly, and it wasn't done stupid, and that was the beautiful thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Nostalgia was done right.
Yeah, it's like Ghostbusters Afterlife. It wasn't done for publicity.
I still haven't watched it. Damn it.
Same here.
I'm not worried about spoilers. Like I know I've already had, there's unavoidable. Yeah. But God, I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, do yourself the favor. It's already a really well crafted film. Like so from like a film perspective, it's done very very well. But yeah,
knowing the story of its creation just had sold the ticket to me.
Man, you're just it's pretty great. But yeah, that's anyways. Sorry, I'll stop.
No. You're right. Like this is what it's for. It's chat.
Yep. No.
But that's why I liked it, is because it fit. Everything was done right, and it wasn't done stupid. And even the outcome when you have the dive and things like that, it seems a little cheesy when you talk about it, but when you're in your seat and you're watching it, it makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
and we all knew it was coming too. That's the funny part. Like you knew, even in the trailer, when you saw her falling, you're like, okay, we know exactly what's going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. And it still murdered us when we saw it. So
exactly, that's what blew my mind. People are going, oh my god, I wonder if they're in it. Well, of course they're in it. You know they're in it. Okay, just accept it. But you still blew up the minute that ring appeared. You know. Oh yeah,
Andrew Garfield was having a ball the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, you could tell he was loving every minute of it. But when Toby walked in, I was like, all right, now we're done messing around. This is.
I think Toby got the biggest pop at my screening.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Same.
Okay, Jason, what's your number 7?
Oh, and one last note. Willem Dafoe, ladies and gentlemen, come on now. Doing his own stunts.
Solid in everything he's ever done.
Not to mention, in Spider-Man, he was evil. In this one, he was more evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just insane. Like it's
But look at the man and look at what condition he's in. He really did take that serum. That wasn't a prop.
I think so. I think
that wasn't a prop. They were mixing into Walt Disney's chemical cabinet, where his head's frozen and all that stuff.
No, dude, he hit the Captain America set before Spider-Man. He's got super soldier serum. That's what he's got.
All right. We're at 7, right?
Yes.
Iron Man 3.
Ooh.
Nice.
That movie, just where I thought, because I do enjoy Iron Man 2. It didn't make the list, but I do enjoy Iron Man 2, despite what other people's feelings are. but then they went in such a really deep emotional direction with this one, with the PTSD, and then the inclusion of that a freaking adorable brat kid.
And
come
Guy
on.
Pearce.
And Guy Pearce. And then we had the house party protocol.
Right. Yeah.
And we got to see our first glimpse at Hulkbuster and shit. Like, come on.
It's my number 4.
Oh, nice.
And it's for that same reason. They brought the PTSD into it from the wormhole. You know, like they're putting real world problems onto these people. And I loved it. Because he gets in the armor. He's like, quick, check my heart, check my brain, check everything. And Jarvis is like, nope, panic attack.
You're just having a panic attack, yeah.
See,
No.
I feel like this was their chance. They were able to use that because one of the biggest Tony Stark arcs in the comics is his alcoholism.
Yeah.
Well, they only get to touch on that in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
So they got to instead of alcoholism, let's make it PTSD, and they really dove into it.
Well, that's because I don't think the alcohol storyline would have worked with this Tony Stark.
No.
And you
Because,
also get to
he's
see
coming
what
off of that, right?
you also get to see what Tony's capable of without the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the kid is Harley's just like, well, aren't you like an inventor or mechanic or something? Why don't you just make something?
That, believe it
Goes
or
all
not,
stealth ninja on the house.
yeah, that was kind of one of my beefs with the film, though. I did feel like he was like I go to an Iron Man movie to see Iron Man, and I feel like I didn't get a whole lot of actual Iron Man in the film. So
No,
when
we got MacGyver.
no, I
Yeah.
know. But I didn't go to see MacGyver. I went and saw Iron Man. So give me some damn Iron Man in this thing, will
You
you?
got Iron Man you got MacGyver and Iron Patriot, dude. Okay.
Now, what about the Mandarin twist, though? Where were you guys on that? Because I nearly screamed at the screen. So
Dude, I actually loved it.
yeah,
I loved him, Guy Pearce, especially the whole you breathe fire, right? Oh, okay.
I enjoy that part of it, but knowing that that's not the Mandarin, like comic book Mandarin.
And
Right.
I'm glad
You
they
know.
finally I'm glad they finally what's the word, stuck the landing on that, because they put out that the very last Marvel one shot that they ever released, all hail to the king, where you find out that there is a Mandarin out there, and now he has his hands on Trevor Slattery, and it's like, oh well, whatever happened to them? Well, we ended up finding out.
See, I thought it was a brilliant plot twist because every superhero movie has your supervillain and they're busy fighting it. And then they win at the end. So here you get over halfway through the movie and then you realize he's not a bad guy. He's an actor. And this is your bad guy. You know, I thought it was a beautiful red herring because he fit the role when he was acting. Man, did I believe Mandarin.
Oh, yeah.
You never see a red herring quite that blatant
Yeah,
in a big budget mainstream movie.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, James, number 7.
My number 7, I mentioned last week it would be on my top 10 because I watched it recently. It is Eternals.
yes, thank you, awesome.
I watched this one. I kept hearing how terrible it was. The critics were crapping all over it. It didn't do that well. I watched it. I think, number 5. I think
Nice.
this is hands down the most mature MCU film I think they've ever produced.
Easily.
And I don't know if it's the evolution of where the MCU is going, but man, this movie is damn impressive.
It's a different swing for them. And I think it paid. I worried because I heard the negative reviews and I watched Inhumans. So I knew how bad dealing with these kind of characters could get.
See, and I loved Inhumans. I understand a lot of people didn't, but I also remember the pitch meeting YouTube video where they did like, there's a guy who flies and shoots lasers from his eyes. There's a guy who runs. He's super strong. Oh, no, Justice League. No. This is the MCU.
Well, see,
and they actually throw a couple comments about the DCEU in the movie.
So great.
yes, that was nice.
Geeked out hard on that. But I agree,
Yeah.
very mature film, very much outside of the Marvel mold. It's not a
Yes.
action scene quip. character moment, action scene, quip, character moment. It's a deeper, richer story. There's a lot of world building. There's a lot of character development. So it's not paced out like a lot of the Marvel movies are. And I think that really took some people aback. I think that movie's going to gain some appreciation over time.
Oh, totally.
Watch it and realize how well crafted that film is. I think it's going to gain.
I finally watched it about a week ago, and I liked it, but it didn't blow me away. To me, I think it would have been better served as a Disney Plus series. They could have stretched out bits just a little bit more, and I think it would have flowed better.
See, they do cover a lot of time.
No. Because that's what killed Inhumans. If you watch Inhumans, it's good, but it feels like a television show.
It does, yes.
You know, I feel like it's Magnum PI or, A-Team or something like that. It's episode to episode.
Kind of like how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. feels compared to the MCU.
Right.
Yeah. Internals was also gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was visually stunning.
Yep.
And I enjoyed most of the actors. I thought all their characters were really well done. It wasn't quite catching a rhythm for me.
No, that's fair. I am trying to find a decent Icarus cosplay now, though, because as soon as his character's on the screen, that's dope. Look at that guy's suit. That's awesome. I'm trying to hunt one down that doesn't look like a jumped up Halloween costume.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just look at the one that what's his name was wearing in the movie they were filming. There you go.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah, I got that kind of skill, right?
Okay. Well, my number 7 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I mean, hey, good job.
I sometimes echo Jeff's sentiment when I think about that movie, and then I'll watch it and I'm like, I forget how many hilarious moments it has, and then when I'm done, it goes back to being, well, it's not that high on my list anymore. But it does have some genuinely hilarious moments.
I think my favorite with that one is when Yondu and Rocket break out, and they've got Fleetwood Mac playing the chain, and the arrows just flying all over the place. There's slow motion, people falling off the balconies.
James Gunn knows how to do a good music video.
Oh yes, he does.
And god damn, does it work?
My two favorite points are like where Rocket just keeps hitting the button where he's planted all the bombs, and you see above the trees the Ravagers going up and down and up. He's just laughing his ass off. That and the whole Trash Panda line.
Is that bad? So much worse.
Which was even better when I found a craft beer called Trash Panda.
Nice.
Now, what's the consensus on the I'm Mary Poppins, y'all?
It's a good delivery. I like it better with he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
Oh, that line's great.
Yeah.
Michael Rooker, man. I mean, again, just solid. And by the way, we'll sign anything you put in front of him. And I mean anything. He was at Niagara Falls Comic-Con a few years ago. He was he signed a baby's arm. He signed my friend's boobs.
He comes across as very energetic and just very loony.
Yes, those two things exactly. And I'm fairly certain by about the midway point of the con, he was shit-faced as well. So
I heard him on a podcast years ago, and I think he was like giggling the whole damn time.
Yeah, he had so much fun. And if it wasn't nailed down, he'll sign it. So
nice.
Yep.
And then he's Merle.
And then he's Merle. He switches gears pretty good, right?
And Grant.
And he was Henry from Portrait of a Serial Killer.
I still never watched that one.
I haven't seen, but I've seen Slither several times.
Yeah, so
it's dark. All right, Jeff, what do you got for number 6?
Endgame.
Really?
Oh,
That's
2.
my number 6.
Really, Rob? Number 2, number 4. So Endgame made all our list. Again, my issues with Endgame are similar to my issues with No Way Home, where there's just a giant chunk of the movie sort of in the middle with all the time travel nonsense that has a hard time keeping my attention. And I get all the little Easter eggs and those are fun, but I just felt like it wasn't paced very well. But then, I mean, then all the portals start to open up, and who gives a shit? Because it's the greatest capstone of any series of any movies that's ever been done ever. So,
Is everyone here? You wanted more?
Yeah. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Again, chill bumps. Just thinking about it. We're not even watching it right now. So,
Jay,
Yeah.
what number was it for you?
2.
2, and Jason, it was 4.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the
That-
odd movie is on everybody's list, and this is it.
For me, it's because it did not give me what I expected it to give me. Coming off of Infinity War, the comparisons to Empire, I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go. We're going to get our Return of the Jedi.
Where's Jabba?
And, here we go. But then they gave us this. And it totally went in it becomes a heist movie. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
Time heist.
You make it a heist movie for the climax of the entire series?
Yep.
And it worked. And then we got where he finally says assemble, and everybody cheers, and babies are thrown in the air, and
yeah.
Well, that and Thor with the lifting the hammers. I knew it.
Yeah. I was dressed as Captain America for the premiere of that film when I went, because I was part of a charity thing.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it was pretty great. And as the hammer starts to lift off the ground, I turned to my significant other. I'm like, it's Steve's getting the hammer. Steve's totally getting the hammer. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then it flies into Captain America's hands. I'm like, I told you.
I think we're all like that. We're like, no,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I love the progression that they took with this, because with Avengers, you got the 6 of them together and people freaked out. Then you get to Civil War, where you had 6 against 6 and people freaked out. Then, like you said, Jeff, those portals opened and you suddenly had 1 billion people coming at each other.
Crazy. Yeah.
I
don't know how they ever top that, to be honest with you, because so far, in my view, they really haven't. But I mean, it's such a gigantic mountain to climb. I don't know how they ever get back up there. I hope they do, but man, that's a tough act to follow.
Well, we're going to see that on a galactic or multiversal level, as you're going to see portals on both sides opening. That's what's going to be.
How cool would that have been if Thanos was like, oh yeah, I got portals too, and then a bunch of old MCU villains just started kind of pouring out. You know what I mean? How great would that have been? I know a lot of them die in the movies, but whatever.
No, that'll be what Kang the Conqueror is going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Just start warping in people all over the.
But I think I just had a realization of what actually went through my mind when the hammer started lifting up. Before it went to Cap, I think in my mind, we were going to watch the hammer lifting like Thor's struggling, and then it drops. And they just killed Thor. That's where my mind thought it was going.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Went in a different direction. And what?
Yeah.
Well, Jason, what's your number 6?
Civil War.
Civil War. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
we talked about that.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. James,
Like-
what's yours?
My number 6 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Which one?
Homecoming.
Oh, that's the first one. Yes.
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 Culture. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This Michael Keaton being a badass.
Give me more.
with
Give me more.
some of the best acting of his career in the car, just in a car where he just like turns around and he does this and he has the gun just below the headrest, basically saying, I will kill you and I will kill everyone you love unless you stay the hell out of my business.
Yep.
But you also get Peter's, like Tom Holland, Peter's point of view in Civil War. He's like talking to the cameras, doing his document. Oh shit, I gotta go now. And you see him fly into view and then fly across the screen from Giant Man. And then the whole like, oh, Brook or Queens, it's a tough borough. It's why are you talking like that? What's that voice or whatever? Oh, it's my own video diary. It was just brilliant the way he got his first solo movie in this universe.
Tom Holland did an amazing job of making him feel like a 17-year-old kid.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know, like it is the original Peter Parker from the comic book in high school, and it was beautiful. It
Mhm.
was
He
beautiful.
carries that awkwardness so well.
Yeah.
Benner says, I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised by most of James's picks. A lot of those would have been on my top 10 as well.
What is happening?
Multiverse, so hot right now.
That's what it is. This is James from a different
James from
universe.
the multiverse.
Thanks, Benner.
For me, with Keaton, what I think it is, like, how many other comic book movies has he done? He's only done Batman and this, right?
I mean, if you
so.
count Birdman, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, we'll leave that one out. You look at that.
Please do.
Michael Keaton. This is Michael Keaton getting to go back and play in the toy box of the comic book world, and you can see he was just having a ball with it with this
That's
character.
why so looking forward to the Flash film when he gets to actually be Batman again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again,
I'm not excited for that movie, but if I'm gonna watch it, it's gonna be because of him.
Yeah.
As long as it's done right.
Yeah.
Again, you know.
Multiverse.
I don't know.
So hot right now.
The director's got a great track record.
Who's directing this one?
Andy Muschietti, Mama, both It movies.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And I think something else.
Okay. We are now on number 5. Jeff. Oh, wait. Eternals.
Eternals is my number 5. Actually, it was my number 4, and I had to swap it because it's interchangeable with my number 4. But I'm gonna stick it at number 5 right now. I think I had it a little bit higher because I watched it again just like a few days ago, so it was very, very fresh in my mind. And my original number 5, I haven't watched in some time, but yeah,
Gotcha.
I had to swap them around. Yeah, exactly what you guys have already echoed. I thought I'm a big DC guy, and I feel like it's easily the most DC of the MCU films. Just because it's not jokey, quippy, and a bunch of interchangeable action sequences. It's a lot deeper and richer, and I really hope they find a way to explore some of the elements that they brought in. I know they're interested in taking Kit Harington's Black Knight character, Dane Whitman, and doing more with him, but I hope we get to see more.
And they also introduced Blade. That was the voice off screen.
That's right. The voice off screen was Blade. Yep.
Which confuses me.
Cool.
I don't know what Blade has to do with Dane.
No, but I'm very curious.
Yep,
with the Blade series coming, maybe that's where Dane pops up next.
Maybe.
That would be my guess
with him. So, but yeah, even I mean, for an old school geek like me that collected Marvel comics back in the 90s, seeing Pip the Troll, even though he was only there for a little bit, was fantastic. Voiced by Patton Oswalt. Genius.
I had no idea who Pip the Troll was, but I knew right away that was Patton Oswalt's voice.
That's pretty distinctive, right? Yeah, and then we get Harry Styles as Star Fox. So so that was all cool. But even throughout the film, I just thought that all the different character moments and the story and the world building was way beyond anything that the MCU had attempted before. So,
nice.
I did enjoy it. I will probably give it a rewatch.
All right, Jason, what's your number 5?
My number 5, we're going to 2012's Avengers. Yes. It hit a home run. It's one of, I think, the only ones that I've seen in the theater. I saw in the theater twice.
I think I saw it 3 times in the theater.
It also has a special moment because I took my dad to see it in the theater, and it was the first time he'd been in a movie theater since Fatal Attraction.
Oh, wow.
It's a good one to go out on, though. I mean, if you're going to go out on a movie.
True.
So, but they just hit a home run with that, how are they going to pull off bringing all these characters together? And we saw the seeds, but okay, are they really going to be able to pull this off? And then they did.
And that's a beautiful milestone movie, because even if the MCU fell apart after that, they still accomplished at that point something no other company has ever done.
That interconnected universe. Yeah, because some of those earlier films like Captain America and Incredible Hulk, neither one of those was very both were sub $300 million worldwide. They didn't make a ton of money on those early films.
Yep.
So the fact that they were still able to pull off Avengers, and then everybody was like, this is great. Yeah. Because that could have gone really badly.
Yes. Well, that's
it didn't.
I've always had that what if. Get it? What if Hulk had come out first? Because would they have pulled a DC where they start panicking?
Right. Right.
Luckily, Iron Man did, which blew the doors off of it, so they felt confident going on.
Now, to be fair, Hulk came out literally 3 months after Iron Man because it was produced by Universal, not by Marvel Studios. So it was
Yeah,
The two
it wouldn't have mattered.
technically run concurrently,
But
no.
but also Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor were all Paramount movies before
Distribution.
Marvel Studios had their own thing. Yeah,
Yeah, and Incredible Hulk was Universal. And by the way, Universal still owns the distribution rights to
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk. That's why we're not going to get a solo Hulk movie, unfortunately. That's why
Exactly.
they're jamming him into the other films. So
because they don't want to make money.
I gotta
Oh,
admit
exactly.
though, the Hulk is one of the hardest characters to write a solo movie about.
100%. Yeah, absolutely he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
one
mean, the
that I've liked-
conflict is easy, but then how do you branch that out into a viable story?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The one I liked the most was the Ed Norton one.
Yeah, me too.
The
Easily.
one that made the most sense was Ang Lee's,
Yeah,
because
that was-
it is an internal struggle between.
It's
Banner
really
and the Hulk.
tough. It comes down to the villains for me, because in the Ed Norton one, you have Tim Roth and William Hurt doing such a great job.
Mm.
On the other hand, in the Ang Lee one, you have Sam Elliott.
But that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
how do you write a Hulk movie? That's the hardest. Other than Planet Hulk, I think Planet Hulk, if they did it, would just blow the doors off things. But
Oh, I would rather see World War Hulk if it was going to be, if I'm choosing between those Hulk stories, the one that immediately follows Planet Hulk. World War Hulk. is
there you
so
go.
good. Yeah.
Okay, we got distracted. James, number 5.
My number five. I flubbed it when Jeff had said No Way Home. No, my number 5 is Spider-Man: Far From Home,
There you
Right.
which when it came out finally replaced Amazing Spider-Man 2 as my favorite Spider-Man movie. Because Spider-Man: Far From Home, a lot of it is because of Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought you get an Oscar caliber actor and just comes in and blows the doors off the place as a villain, calling back to Captain America: Civil War and before, where the whole barf technology, disgruntled employee who gets fired, and he's behind all of this, and it just, the illusions and the way he messes with Tom Holland's head in this movie was just blew my mind apart. Especially with the whole, all of a sudden he's got Tony Stark's grave, and the skeleton, the zombie Iron Man starts coming up out of the grave, and I was blown away totally by this movie.
Two of the favorite things I had in it. One is that whole illusion scene. I thought that's Mysterio right from the comics, and it was so nicely done.
And them bringing back Peter Billingsley as one of the scientists from
Iron Man.
Jeff Bridges, Obadiah Stane's lab.
He'll always be Ralphie to me.
Yeah, Ralphie.
The other one was the reverse Mandarin, because Jake Gyllenhaal came in as a hero with Mysterio, but he's a villain.
Yeah, and you get the realization that, sorry to cut you off, I'm sorry, Nick Fury and Maria Hill find out, you get Talos back with some of the best lines with, and everything's kind of gone off the rails since then, so if you need to come back.
Yep.
And
But
J.K. Simmons debuting as J. Jonah Jameson in this universe. Okay, sorry, go.
no, it's all good. I'm only talking in something, but that's fine.
I'm sorry. I just love this movie so much.
James has shit to say, and he will say it.
That's well documented.
Oh, let me see here. Number 5 for me was Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That's a hot take, sir.
It is truth serum.
When you get to see those guys play together then as this company, I can't remember what it's called now, Con something.
Oh, their security company?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
But it was so much fun. Baba Yaga, like just everything.
He starts
that they
singing to
did.
himself.
Yes. And Walton
I need to go
Goggins-
back to it. It's been a while.
Walton Goggins is so evil in this. Like whenever he plays an evil character, it has an added layer, I find, just because it's him.
So when he's acting, you mean? Is that what you mean? Because does he ever play a good guy? Honestly.
I was just gonna say, if when Walton Goggins plays a character.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, I haven't watched Sons of Anarchy. So
Sure, he's a
Stellar.
woman, but it's a good character.
That and you get Lawrence Fishburne trying to be intimidating, and Paul Rudd's phone keeps ringing. It's like, I'm sorry, it's an emergency.
It's just like the scene in Far From Home when Nick Fury's talking to Spidey and the door keeps getting knocked at. Fuzz Aldrin's watching. Hey, guys. Hey, Fuzz.
Hey.
1 second.
Nope. And James is gone. Okay. So why don't we get to number 4 while he's gone? Jeff, what do you got for number 4?
The original Iron Man, the one that started it all, the godfather of the MCU. Number 2 for Jason up there. So hard to argue with the original Iron Man. If there's ever been a better cast person for a particular character, you could probably argue Hugh Jackman, or maybe Sean Connery as Bond. But I mean, come on, Robert Downey Jr. on the comeback trail after all the things that he was involved in and done in jail time and everything else, and he comes back as Iron Man. Like, it's such a perfect casting that you can't even imagine what anything would have looked like without him there. And the fact that he kind of took the reins and became the face of the MCU moving forward as well. It all starts with Iron Man and how good Iron Man was, and how no one's expectations for Iron Man were to be anything remotely that good. Because like you said before, Rob, he's a D-list character that the vast majority of the public had no idea who this guy was. You had to be a pretty hardcore comic nerd to know who Iron Man was. And then to have that movie come out and just murder and set the tone for what was to come. Yeah, this
is true.
It's literally the film everything keeps striving to meet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Fuzz commented on Walton. Walton Goggins plays the sheriff of Red Rock and the Hateful Eight.
Oh,
wasn't he a bad
Hateful
guy
Eight.
Yeah.
He's what?
Wasn't he a bad guy?
I think everybody's a bad guy in Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
No, he was technically. He was like Kurt Russell's character hated him and his dad and stuff, but he had, in this movie, he was becoming a sheriff and he had good intentions.
Okay.
Oh, the road to hell, sir, is paved with good intentions. Come on.
We'll call him the tweener. There we go.
There you go.
Sure.
James, Jason, we know yours is Endgame, right?
Yeah. Okay. But I gotta talk about Iron Man.
He's having some emotions. Let him get it out.
Okay, like to me, it honestly should be number 1, but it's when he did This Is the Jericho, and the carpet bomb happens. That was a mic drop moment, and the rest of the movie was just a 2-hour encore. And you're right, RDJ, this just coming out of basically nowhere, with nobody having any faith. So he just swung for the fences, hit a home run, and that ball didn't land until he said, "I am Iron Man," and went snap.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
But that was beautiful too. That ad-libbed moment at the very end of the film changed the entire MCU as well.
I am Iron Man.
I'm gonna say not necessarily with Iron Man. I'm gonna say with I Love You 3000.
That's a big one.
Great
That's a big one.
Yep.
I love how Happy references later on. He goes, I told people I was Iron Man's bodyguard and they laughed at me. I thought that's beautiful because that's legit what someone would do.
Yeah.
Tony, the whole nobody's Iron Man. Tony wasn't even Iron Man. He couldn't even live up to that.
Okay, so
back
Jason,
to Far From Home. Oh.
Jason is Endgame. James, what's your number 4?
4 was Civil War.
Oh, Civil War. Okay. Right there. And that means we are now on number 3. Jeff, what you got?
Avengers. Yeah, again, like we've already discussed, just the culmination of that phase 1. Nothing else had been done like it before. And it could have been the biggest train wreck dumpster fire there had ever been. And yet, especially since we've learned what a challenging human Mr. Joss Whedon turns out to be, he still managed to absolutely kill it with Avengers. It was set up to fail, and it didn't, and it succeeded beyond anyone's expectations. And it's still a movie that I can turn on anytime, day or night, and still find massive amounts of enjoyment through the whole thing. So
having only directed one movie previously, despite
Who, Joss?
yes,
a shit ton of TV. But what was the one movie? Serenity.
Serenity, yeah.
Oh,
which
right.
didn't do that well. So he had some connections to direct this one,
Fair.
and it paid off.
Yeah. Although I loved Serenity, but I was a massive Firefly nerd at the same time too. So.
Me too.
Oh, Serenity's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Okay, Jason, we know you're No Way Home.
Yep.
So James, we're back to you with number 3.
Number 3, I did mention it before quickly, but it is Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Okay.
This one you actually get to see present day Peggy Carter with a very touching scene, especially when she forgets. You get their reunion again after a big coughing fit, where she's like, "Oh, Steve," and you could see him almost break right there. You get the introduction of Sam Wilson as Falcon. You get Hydra. You have Zola coming back as a computer voice, but still, it was him. George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
What's that?
Who pops up again in What If, actually, on your shirt there?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. Nice shirt. Yeah. George St. Pierre as
Batroc.
Batroc,
Oh,
yeah. With that badass fight on the ship.
So cool.
You have Frank Grillo as Crossbones in one of only 3 appearances, I believe. Robert Redford.
That
Enough
was a shock
enough
to me that
said.
they got him in the MCU.
Yeah.
They got Oscar winners in the MCU. Oscar winners have been in comic book movies, but yet comic book movies are never up for Oscars.
Easy, Martin.
except for Dark Knight and Joker.
And Black Panther. It was nominated.
And Black Panther. Yeah, but Dark Knight and Joker actually won them, though.
Yeah.
Black Panther was up there, and it was impressive.
Okay, well, my number 2, we all know Thor Ragnarok. So that puts us at number 2, which I think all of them are out. Jeff, you said
Probably.
Infinity War.
Infinity War, yep.
Jason said Iron Man.
Yep.
James's Endgame.
Yep.
And mine was Guardians 1.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
So
solid.
that bumps us right to number 1.
I don't think any of these are going to be the same.
Well, I know mine's not because you've already all picked mine further down on your list. So
What's your number 1,
Ooh.
Jeff?
Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier?
So again, if you have a chance, go back and watch Winter Soldier and realize there's maybe 1 or 2 very small moments of levity between Cap and Natasha, and that's it. There's not a quip to be had in that whole movie. For me, before Eternals, Winter Soldier is easily the most DC of the Marvel movies. They really tried something different like they did with Eternals. That spy game, that intrigue, no jokes. It's serious throughout the whole thing. It's grounded until they get to Zola, which is a little bit weird, but everything else is super grounded in reality. Oh.
There are some. There's can anyone direct me to the Smithsonian? I'm here to pick up a fossil.
Yeah, like I said, little quips between him and Nat, but nothing grandiose.
But it is also you got S.H.I.E.L.D. falling apart.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a
like it changed the show that was already on with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because of what happened.
It's one of the few MCU movies that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a direct connection to.
Yeah. Well, especially when the Triskelion ends up getting hit by the helicarrier and burns to the ground. You're like, well, I guess that really is it for S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a brilliantly done film. And like Jason was saying, they didn't when they decided to bring Bucky back, they didn't mess around. They did a really good job. I'm not a huge fan of that character, but the way they brought him back and how they modeled him in that film, they did a really good job. And the impact it had on Cap, and you could see that on Evan's face. He's looking at his best friend while they're fighting. Yeah, that was everything about that movie was just so well done. It's hard to find any flaws with it.
And there's the helicopter scene, right?
my.
Exactly.
The arm
But-
porn that we're going to put on there. Yeah.
But it was also the starting end of a tiny little thread that went all the way down to Avengers Endgame on your left.
Yeah.
Yep.
It starts in Winter Soldier.
Yep. Yep.
3 words. Boom.
Yep.
Boom.
Excellent pick. Fuzz popped in. He goes, my number 1 MCU, Thor Ragnarok, for the laughs.
There you
And
go.
yeah, they totally redid Thor with that one. Once you got Taika involved, yeah, it was game on for jokes.
And you get. Sorry.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was
James.
just saying the introduction of Korg.
Oh no. You don't talk over you don't talk over him, but you talk over me. Wait, what's
No,
going
no.
on here?
I mean, obviously. Yeah.
I always apologize.
Is there a trilogy of movies that's ever existed where each of the 3 different movies is so vastly different from the other than the Thor movies?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America is close. The 3 films are vastly different from each other, but not like Thor.
Yeah.
You get like a
They're-
Shakespearean epic, and then you get the emoest emo of all emos, and then you get this slapstick comedy Latin blast movie. And they're all Thor films. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
4
Continue.
coming out is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Although
See, I would've
Taika
played
can,
with it.
so I think it's still going to be.
It is literally the only one in the series where the name sounds like the number Thor 4. Like they should have done something with that.
You're probably right.
it's going to be a romantic comedy. It's called
There you
Love and
go.
Thunder.
Yeah, it's a rom com.
There we
It's the
go.
It's the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
And James or Jason, we know your number 1 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
James, what's your number 1?
My number 1 has been my number 1 since it hit home video. After it was another one that I was not that impressed with when I watched it because I was not expecting the period piece aspect of it, but I became to appreciate that. And it's been my number 1 it was almost eclipsed by Endgame a few times, but it's my number 1 since I watched it repeatedly on home video. He's my favorite character in the MCU, and it is Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh, the first one.
That is
The
very
first
hot
one.
Goodness.
It is just, it gets me every single time. You've got the original OG Red Skull with Hugo Weaving in there. You have, oh man, just the whole, are you going to be okay? He's like, yeah, I had a date.
It's fantastic. It really
Tommy Lee
is.
Jones. Yeah, I mean,
Tommy Lee, oh man. And the whole, like, just the World War II aspect of it, I thought was pretty damn perfect in there.
The grenade in the training ground.
Yeah. Hey, Stuff
That
Skinny.
moment.
Yeah. And Haley Atwell. I'm sorry, I'm going to be the local pervert.
Yeah.
No,
My
I'm with you
Oh.
100%.
I mean, just
The
like,
Howling,
slow clap for Haley Atwell. That's all I'm going to
the
do.
the Howling Commandos.
I watched the series too, so
And-
like,
and one of the
I'm an Agent Carter fan.
And one of the few movies outside of, I think, Matrix Reloaded, where the final post-credit scene was a trailer for a subsequent movie.
Oh yeah, because it was for Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally the Avengers teaser trailer. Yeah.
Well, right up actually until No Way Home, because that's that's the end credits for No Way Home is the trailer for
Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Yeah, not wait for that film. Oh my goodness, Sam Raimi coming back.
Yes, please,
dude.
And I know it's not going to happen. I know I'm just wishful thinking and all, but I really want that April Fool's joke from Bruce Campbell to be real. When he tweeted out a picture of a script where it basically looked like Ash was going to have an off-screen cameo. Something along the lines of Strange opens a door and you hear like gnarly sounds and a chainsaw and you say, hey man, have you seen a book made out of flesh or something? Nope, wrong book.
Everyone's lying out their asses about hiding cameos. So who knows?
Exactly.
He says he retired. Maybe.
The only thing definite is the maybe. Exactly.
And they did say early on this could be the first appearance of Deadpool in the MCU.
And Wolverine and Professor X and John Krasinski
Professor
as
X one.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be nice to get some. I know they've already talked about Fantastic Four, and they have for it, so I would assume we'll hopefully get a little glimpse of Reed or Sue or somebody, but I guess we'll see.
Oh yeah, Krasinski and Blunt, please.
Yeah,
it could be anybody.
Yep.
Well, my number one is No Way Home, and I thought I'd take another look because last time I checked the highest grossing films, it was number 8. It's now number 6.
Oh.
It's number 4 of domestically.
$1.7 billion.
And that's number 6 or number 8?
And
that's number 6.
Number 6.
You take COVID out, it would have been a lot higher than that.
Right?
Yeah, I was lucky. I did get to the theater to see it before COVID slammed the theater shut. So, but I had to go at like 9:30 in the morning on a Saturday.
You guys coming tomorrow? We open back up tomorrow with food.
Yeah,
with food.
With food.
Nice. No, I'm not
I just might have to.
It's literally the movies we had when we shut down. But hey,
we're going to the movies, man.
Wait a minute. Does that mean Spider-Man's still there?
That means Spider-Man is still there.
Hey, there you go.
Oh,
with food.
I think you just got Jason's attention.
And we open Jackass and Scream on Friday.
There you go. Nice.
Well, Geoff, thank you so much for sitting in today. This is
we're gonna let Jason have his moment. Let's not ruin Jason's moment.
He's got his moment.
I'm good. Keep going. We're good.
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in anytime, guys. I've got the setup here. I do a podcast as well. It's called the Geek Boutique Podcast. We do it every Thursday at 7, and we do it here.
Oh, nice.
On Instagram, yeah. So me and my partner JS, we just talk about. Sometimes we'll have a central topic like this. Other times we'll just review the news in geek world for the last week or two or what have you. So it's a fun little podcast. Thursdays at 7. Just Google the Geek Boutique Podcast. You'll find us on there, and we've got a couple of guests coming in. So
cool.
Theater. There you go.
Fuzz says, what's the name of the theater?
Galaxy Cinemas Chatham.
Nice.
That's right. Wonder where are you, Fuzz? I'm curious. What area of the world are you in? We'll wait and see if you
Chatham.
Hey, we're gonna wait a minute. I just want to throw something out. Have any of you are familiar with the Legend of Vox Machina?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Are you D&D fans at all?
No.
Last time I played Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition. So if that gives you any indication.
Okay. All right. Then I'll stop talking.
Yeah. 30 years ago. Yeah.
Legend of Vox Machina is a new animated series on Amazon
Prime. Oh, I don't know about the US rules. All I know is about Ontario.
Yeah, got to remember we're just over the Detroit border, about an hour from Detroit, so we're in Canada.
But hey,
go Bruins. Go Bruins.
Well, Geoff, again, thank you so much for coming on. Anytime
thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. It was absolutely wonderful to talk some geek stuff with you guys. And back.
I've been so looking forward to this episode.
Yeah, this is absolutely a good time. When you're ready to do a top 10 DC, though, give me a call. I want to be in there for that one. That's
like 7 films in the DCEU, though. Like,
listen, I know where you live. Don't make me come over. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know.
I know he knows where I live. Damn it.
Yeah, I sure do. I've been there several times.
For me, a top 10 DCEU isn't saying much, though.
That's okay.
But I could probably pull that together.
Yeah. We'll include.
I know my number one. That's pretty easy, but
you could just call it ranking the DCEU.
Yeah, there you go.
Basically, yeah, because I really only have like a top 4.
Well, that's how I felt about this one. I had to do some major filling in on the bottom. So
that's right.
All right.
And see, but that's just it too. There's nothing in the DC that I don't like.
Right.
You know. I like them both for different reasons, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You know, DC has to stop trying to be Marvel and just be DC, and they will be great.
I think they're getting there. I think they're trying to get away from the whole interconnected thing, and I think that's what the Flash movie is supposed to do, kind of give us a soft reboot and let people kind of do their own thing, let directors do their own thing, and I think that's going to be like forward, and hopefully that'll work. We'll see.
I think that if they do that and they keep going with what people want, you can give us different Batman movies. Will it confuse people? You know what? Don't be stupid with the marketing, and I think people will be able to figure it out.
I think so too. I'm looking forward to seeing.
If people can dig No Way Home and the Flash movie, I don't think they'll have any problems with multiple characters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like even with the talk right now about Andrew Garfield coming back to do Spidey in the Sonyverse, like that.
Yes.
People won't get confused. They're gonna know.
Yep.
I so hope that happens.
I'm sure he's probably all like, "Where were all you bastards back in 2008?" Or whenever Spider-Man 2 came out, but.
I was there.
I loved him I absolutely adored him as Spider-Man. I went and saw both those films in the theater, and I liked them both. So, yeah,
I love those two.
Yep. So hopefully we'll get some more of that. I guess who knows? But yeah, I am gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go and I have to be up absurdly early to go to work. So I will hopefully see you guys again soon. Yeah, anytime, Rob, just give me a shout, and I'll be happy to jump on. So
you got it. In that case,
Take
for
care,
another week
man.
of the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
I'm the player to be named later.
We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye, guys.
It's a